like to have a decision to communicate at that time. We don't have it posted as an action item, this evening. The 18th.
Well, but if you're meeting for the 7th, is trying to get feedback, you can't have a decision for the 7th if it's,
I believe that maybe what Mr.
that's
Bailey
what you all
was
suggested.
Can you have a decision form that you could share this with them, at least?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
with the understanding that no matter which approach we take, on the 7th, if there is a strong contingent that would like to keep it as is. There's some that have concerns on phase out, and there's some that, tonight is the first night that, anyone has heard about Kinder recruitment.
And the 50/50.
50/50 model. And so, just understanding that piece, that no matter what decision is made, no matter what recommendation we come forward, it's not going to make everybody happy. We just have to understand that. And, but, going the direction of the Kinder recruitment model provides us the best opportunity to provide support for staff, interventions for students, provides us the best opportunity to serve the majority of the students instead of doing away with the Spanish immersion program. I want to stress to you, is a proven model across the state, 50/50 model. I also think it alleviates, we were already discussing how to move, right now, Spanish immersion is even at the 50/50 is at 3rd grade. We were already talking about how to get down to 2nd grade because we have the start that we have, that's a concern that we have to address. So we're not talking about huge programmatic decisions all the way across the board. We're starting 3rd grade, we already were at 50/50. We were already talking about how to get, so it's 3rd, 4th, and 5th, we were gonna be at 50/50 in the program. We were already talking about how to get down to 2nd grade in Spanish immersion and dual language to make sure we address the STAR concerns. So we're not talking major overhaul. We've already some things that we're gonna need to do to address some of the parents' concerns in STAR. So we will, I believe that what I'm hearing is there's an opportunity for us to go back on the 7th to the parents, have concern with them, we can share these findings with them. I believe moving forward, our conversation really cannot be about as is, because I don't think we can sustain it. As is, we are a sinking ship right now with more holes in it every single day. And so we can talk about, and unless you all have any concerns with that statement, but I mean, I think really it's this about is really talking about, what is the phase out, which is what the parents have heard. They all understand that was what our commitment was to the current cohorts in Spanish and seeing them through. Or, redesigning the model altogether to 50/50, providing instructional codes, providing instructional interventionists, and student interventionists, and then, and not having pre-K recruitment on either side. So that we will go back on the 7th, understanding that this is our recommendation, and, is a possibility of maintaining both programs and everything we want. And then we'll put it on the agenda as an action item on March 18th.
So is it fair to have that research to see if the board did vote on it? If we did, then it's an action item. If we didn't, then it's not? Or is it an action item?
I still agree regardless.
Right, but you're one. And
Oh,
if one
agreed. I
person
didn't
wants
say
it on,
one.
it doesn't make it on there, right? You're going to get about 2 people?
Board already has it, one person gets something.
Oh, I thought it said something different, but I couldn't just get an item on there. I thought we changed that. Okay.
Ms. Taylor, how many cohorts are doing the state 50, or how many classrooms? Is it just 1st grade?
Currently, it's 1st grade. It's not the same design as Gomez and Gomez, but they do have 2 teachers that are teamed, one teaching in English, one teaching in Spanish. That's the only grade level at the primary that's doing 50/50. At 3rd grade, we're 50/50 because that's the way our model matriculates up, and that's our highest grade level. So at intermediate, we would be 50/50, 3rd, 4th, and 5th if we continue as is.
I was just curious what the feedback was for the dual language classrooms losing the full-time 90-10 model.
Mhm.
Was that discussed in the town hall?
No.
Nothing I recall.
We were not really,
I'm just curious if there's going to be pushback on
there
not changing it.
probably, yes, there probably will be.
Well, they'll go to, they would have an 80/20. I mean, they're
Yeah, they would go to 50/50.
Right, I was saying they're not necessarily losing because they had pre-K, they had 9-10 this year, so they would be going from 80-20 to 50-50. Wow, okay, right.
That's dual language focused for the English learners to learn their second, not, away from their native language to their second language, correct? And so that's really a different, this dual language, I see that it is something that we are obligated to do because we have students coming in our classroom and we want to educate them, but we educate them based on.
So the way the way the statute is, there are 4 recognized models of dual.
Okay.
Livonia has chosen dual language two-way. There are other models that don't support both languages all the way. So Livonia has chosen dual language two-way, which means that we're supporting both languages, English and Spanish, all the way through. And the minimum required Spanish instruction through every day is 50%
Okay.
statutorily.
Okay. So we would be good from
We're
a statutory
compliant.
standpoint.
And not just compliant, I mean, like Dr. Levesque has said, there are proven models, Gomez and Gomez is one of them, that we've had districts and campuses that have tread before us that have proven it to work. The student outcomes are the same. But it will be a transition, and like Mr. Davey said, it is gonna be possibly shocking to some parents and won't sit well. I can tell you, having lived through the first grade experience of doing the best we could with what we had on the table, we did what we thought was best for the kids. Kids are growing, teachers are happy. It was a shock, it did not go over well. We diverted from our model, and that's what this is gonna do if we go to 50/50. We're gonna divert from the model, we're gonna divert from the commitment that has the previous model written in it. So, make no mistake, that's gonna be front and center. But I believe in the outcomes that could come from a 50/50.
And that's what we can support and sustain from a district standpoint.
Well, we can
Yes,
support
support
sustain
well.
well.
Yes, thank you.
Quality.
And with the kinder recruitment, that is with, like what you said, moving into more of a higher learning program.
More to an advanced academics
Yes.
sort of course offering, yes, sir. And we would need to develop a screening tool.
Yeah, some standardized.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, because it's not just that y'all do have that meeting, the 7th?
We'll have the meeting, yeah.
Oh, no, but just to say with the kinder recruitment
Oh.
model, like to say that.
Okay, add the
Yes, ma'am.
advanced academics.
Yeah,
offering.
it might be
Yes,
on
ma'am.
the other one, but I would just.
Yeah.
So, waiting until the 18th,
Well, I would ask if anybody has any questions, problems, or concerns about it, that they voice it tonight, that we're able to talk through it tonight, so if it's an action item on the 18th, we all know, we can't vote, but like opinions stated, so if there are concerns, that we can work through them between now and the 18th, or whatever the solution may be. Because
No, I think this is the time to discuss.
I like the proposal.
Right.
I don't have, I've asked my questions, I just want to make sure everybody's asked their questions, and if they have some concerns about it, to voice that.
I like the 50/50 model. I've had a personal problem with the 90/10 model since I became a board member. I couldn't grasp that you would take a 5-year-old and have a 90% Spanish-speaking curriculum and have that child develop that basic foundation. And with that 50/50 model, it just, it makes it, everything I've read about it is all positive stuff.
I anticipate a concern of the parents. If this hypothetical rings true and we go to 50/50, I anticipate as a parent thinking, okay, my child went from 90-10 last year, and now they're going to 50% of their day in English. How's that gonna happen? I know how, based on my experience, I know that it can happen, and I know the kids won't be harmed. But I'm just expressing to you that that is gonna be a vocalized concern as well. It's not just about the reduction in percentage, it's the impact it's gonna have on my child, and what are you gonna do to support my child?
But on the same token, the parent that's concerned with the child accelerating in English is going to help solve that problem. So it, to me, 50-50, just make, that is the, if you want to call it fair, or however you want to look at it. But to help those students falling behind and meet somewhere in the middle, and help the teachers, and that's the biggest deal, is who's teaching the class. And if you have a good teacher that's happy, like was just discussed, the program's gonna work. But without that, it's gonna fall apart.
Well, won't it be easier, not easier, I think, you started out next year as opposed to, okay, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna start that tomorrow. But unfortunately, it happened in the first grade. But if we sit there and go, well, we're gonna start at the beginning of next school year, well, you have your summer regression. Somewhat, will that help balance some of that getting back into, school?
I think that starting, it makes sense to start in August with whatever we do. Not only are we able to support the kids from day one of instruction, but also we can support the teachers starting now and planning now,
Right.
or what professional development are they gonna need? What are the classrooms gonna look like? It's a very, it's a double-edged sword to use a framework that is so prescriptive, like Gomez and Gomez. On the one hand, you have lots to work from, that you don't have to do, like you said, start from zero. You have a lot of resources there already available to you. On the other side, it requires a lot of work ahead of time. So in starting now, we can do that and start from day one. Learning is learning regardless of the language. The hard thing to understand about a bilingual program, dual language, Spanish immersion, either one, the hard thing to understand is what happens in your head is you're learning. You're picking up this other language as you go, but you're learning the content. And so regardless of the language, the students are learning. Sometimes the language is in the way, and that's why teachers are trained on special skills to teach students and cut through that language, whether it's acted out. One of our meetings, one of our teachers talked about how, she said, guys, I'm getting old and it's hard work because I have to act it all out, and that's true. So they learn a special skill set that you might not see in gen ed, but learning is learning. They're learning the skills. And that is gonna carry through, regardless of if we started it tomorrow, or if we start in August, or if we start from 2 years from now. The percentage and change is a guide to make sure that we stay compliant. It gets in the way of us understanding what we can commit to sometimes, but the percentage is just there to maintain compliance and make sure we're not jeopardizing that partner language by not giving it what it needs. But it helps us guide our instruction. It really doesn't get in the way of how well the kids perform. And that's hard to understand if you've not walked the walk all the way through 5th grade yet, so.
So we'll take this to the parent group on the 7th, and we will bring it back on March the 18th. And if anything else, we'll have the opportunity to maybe address Dr. Good and Mr. Goods, have an opportunity for parent feedback. If nothing else, we'll add that into the conversation, understanding the model that we were recommending for the candidate recruitment, so we can provide fidelity to the program. I would like to commend Dr. Wood and Ms. Tabor and Ms. Ware. It's been a lot of work, it's been a lot of learning, they've done an outstanding job. There's been concern expressed in multiple platforms that administration and the board has not committed to this program, and I think as evidence tonight is the way that you all saw, that is not the case. We are committed and we wanted to bring it to you.
Yes, thank you, Dr.
We appreciate it.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.